Hey everyone, Lensman Oz here, and welcome to another First Look Friday video. Today is FactorY by Martin Buck Software. So FactorY is a relaxing, large-scale, multi-planetary mega factory automation game. Find resources, craft new items and structures via recipes, and generate your own custom building blocks. Expand your factory to span across multiple planets. For sale, normal price is $21.95 Australian, so somewhere around the $15 mark US. But thought I'd give it a look. It's been out since 27th of August 2024, so last year, getting mostly positive reviews over on Steam. Thank you to the developer for the key. Really appreciate it. All I've done is log in and tweak the volume and to get the screen to go full screen. That's all I've done. I did them in the settings menu here. A little bit difficult to... It's not difficult, it's just having to hover over things to work out exactly what I'm looking at. Other than that, it's okay. Alright, let's read this through. So welcome to the tutorial. To the left is the main menu bar. There you can find the wiki, question mark, with much more information about the game. There are also settings, the gear icon, where you can hide this tutorial. Note that the tutorial is entirely optional. You don't have to fulfill the steps and are free to do other tasks instead. To get started, use your mouse wheel to zoom all the way in and WASD arrow keys to move around. And place the starter in such a way that all the resource types are within its influence range. Iron, copper, coal, and stone. So it's a little bit Factorio. Oh my gosh. Zooming in. Zooming in. Iron. Okay, so we want to probably... Doesn't quite have stone. We've got some stuff around here, so... What's this, stone? Blue? No? Doesn't want to... So we need to place the starter. See? We need everything within its range, so I'm assuming probably here. Right, starter building, generating energy and providing influence. What is that? Place 2 miners, coal and iron. A miner extracts the resources in its range to then be used by your factory. It mines faster the more resource tiles are in its range. Resources are infinite. Since you'll need coal and iron soon, place a miner on each. So that's under F4 here. This is a miner, so we want coal. I'm pretty sure this is iron here. Iron ore. Alright, place 2 arms taking coal and iron. The arm can move items between structures. Place 2 of them, each pointing away from one of the miners, such that they grab the coal and iron. Move at least 1 coal and 1 iron this way. Rotate the arms via R, or by clicking them to open their configuration dialog to rotate them there. I'm not sure where... This must be stone over here. Yes. Note you can remove structures by using delete, middle mouse button, or from within their configuration dialog. Remove structures are given back to your inventory, only items within them are lost. Also copy structures by right clicking them. Okay, so let's zoom down a touch more. So we need to get an arm. Like so. Place 10 belts, moving 5 coal and 5 iron. So we want to make some belts. Cool. Just moving stuff. Zoom down and have a bit more of a closer look. Do little animations here. Okay. Place a furnace somewhere near the iron and coal so you'll be able to feed both into it. So I need to actually bring them all the way in. Let's see how big a furnace is. Furnace burner. If we go down one, sure, let's do this and then get some more belts. I'm going to need more belts. We've got 65. Ooh. Like that. Oop, let's get our... Do this. Okay, and it's furnacing. Melts ores to plates using fuel. Smelt speed is 500. It's running. Takes 3 seconds. What? Smelt time 3 seconds, 200 milliseconds. Okay, do I then need to use an arm and belts to move at least 10 produced iron plates out of it? So I guess, again, not ideal where I want to put things, but I'm just gonna... Do I delete again? Ah, okay. Otherwise I can hover over it and push delete. Yes. Okay, so get another one of these guys. It's doing its thing. Okay. I mean, it is really interesting that you can like zoom all the way out of the planet and go, I've just got a blob right here. A massive place. Alright, place an assembler. Place an assembler near the produced iron plates since you'll need them for the items you're about to craft. Again, this is my first playthrough, so it's probably I'm not channeling my inner FactorY enough to what I need to do here. And open its configuration and select here. Assembler. It's under processing and then gears. Use arms and belts to feed iron plates onto it. Also use arms and belts to grab the produced gear. Make 5 gears this way. Okay, so I then need to run an output. So eventually I would want this, and then to have this belt running this way. Oh, place another assembler. Place another assembler such that it's close to the produced gears and iron plates. Next recipe will require both. So I've got iron plates over here and the gears over here. I'm thinking bus, right? I'm thinking central bus. This isn't exactly how you would normally do a central bus. You would normally tee off here, but I don't think we've got splitters or anything yet. Okay, so I need both of these. So I need to put another assembler. That's fine. We're going to tell it to make belts. Good. And we're going to go like that. Ideally, normally what I would do would be run a second belt. this way, and then what's the long one look like? Oh, terrible. We could pick it from here and it would place it there, I think. Okay. So I then need to produce 5 belts, so again... So much of me wants to do more here, but I will work it out after. A pick up from in here. Place a provider near to where you produce the belts, since you'll need them in the next step. A provider. It's a provider. What's here? Structures placed into it can be placed on the planet and set its limit. Reject structures once the limit is reached. How do I do that? You have 76 belts in planet's inventory. Use belts and arms to place the produced belts into the provider. Any structure placed in the provider becomes part of your planet's inventory. Okay, so we basically you do this whole thing like this. Yes, and then it goes up, and that pretty much whatever you produce goes into a provider, and it doesn't have a limit, so we can just keep producing belts and placing them in here, and then I can use them. So it's I guess instead of having to pick the item up from the box, it's just instantly in my my thing for using it. So I could come in here and go, I want a limit of 100, and then once it hits 100. You can see it'll go up. 45. Cool. Okay. I need to get it to 76, obviously. We need to do more work here. I need to boost this production. Again, outputs here, not the smartest. Production into here isn't that quick. Do we look at doing this? I'm putting a second set of inserters on it. No, that makes no difference. But what would make a difference, obviously, is to boost the production up. So ideally, I should be having a whole row of these. Yep, let's look at this smart. Ideally, we should have both of these materials running next to each other. Then moving some stuff around. Okay, let's see what we can do here. Let's bring this... I know I'm trying to go to 76. I need to bring this one down earlier. Because I want to probably move away from this side because there's a bit more space. More space here. We bring this down here. And then bring this one across. Cool, we can rotate that. I'll rearrange some stuff here. Do its thing. I want to get to having this. Doing its thing. Hoping this will work. Let's turn this one around. Cool. Do this. And these are in. This. Okay. This is number one, and then ideally we would want our output in this guy this side. Then I'll have to move all of this. Let's... Got 76 yet? 32. Okay. Obviously this is a little bit slower, but keep going a little bit. We'll get some belts. Come on, where are we at? 75. One more. And the last belt. Cool. And that'll insert it into here. Okay, now what would be really smart with this is if this just literally placed it straight in here instead of coming down belt. But that's beside the point. Okay, great. You just fully automated production of belts. Now repeat the previous steps to also produce short arms for future placement. Note you can change the recipe of assemblers. I do want to optimize a bit here. Let's just do this and let's do another furnace. Let's get rid of view for gears. Cool. Let's build on. I want in. Bring this down. Don't need that one yet. Okay, then we need out. Get our assemblers going, so again we want something that does you are going to make gears. Okay, and then I want you to actually, ideally that should be down here. We can move it later. We've got two making. What I want to do is get to the point where I have a second belt. One in and then the one out. We're going to have an in and an out. And then our next one is an assembler. Just put it here for the moment. You are making... What do you want? They want assemblers. 2 iron plates, 2 gears. Okay, so it uses the same materials as the belt. So technically I could put one there and then have a second one of these like right here. So we can make this one do the belts. I want you to do belts, please, and I want this one to do short. And then we just bring these two conveyors down. Like so. We get our... I don't know why I just managed to paint that blue, but not the point. Really don't know how I managed to paint it blue. Whatever. Don't know how to... Oh, okay, that's what happened. See? It was like a selection thing. Just rotate that around. Right, so these things are making their stuff, but we can't get items back out because we don't have anything we can do underneath or anything. So what I might do is this spider. Let's do this. We'll have that. Put the limit of 50. And then can I do another one? Okay, I can do that too. Yes. So that should give us a limit of 50. Ideally, I should have put that in between the two and just fed them directly in, so it was one less thing, but that's okay. This is a little slow because we're using the longer ones. I'm hoping we get to a point where we've got some different inserters and underbelts and all that sort of stuff. Right. Different things here. You can select modules. Okay, you can create modules, I guess. Research. Interesting. I would obviously need some sort of research. I'm sure the thing tells me how to do this. I need to make research tokens, I guess. Cancel that. Okay, so we are doing this. We want 31 short arms. We're at 26. 27. So obviously it would be smart to have heaps more of each particular thing made. Again, I'm not doing anything that's super smart, but definitely things we can do later on. And it is very FactorY-ish, and I'm assuming we can get to the point where we can unlock all sorts of different bits and pieces to you know, make things faster and different things down here. Not too much unlocked at the moment though, obviously. Big chests. Labs. Again, this is obviously just slow because of the inserters. arms, I should call them. They're not inserters, they're arms. Be careful. Obviously there's copper available. We're going to be using stone at some point. There's a few unlocks coming, I assume. But as it says, it is infinite resources. So we could spam this setup and make a whole ton of plates and then have them feeding elsewhere as well. Almost there. Get these last couple done, and we'll see what the next quest is. 29. 30. We need one more. Yes. Alright, place a burner. Place a burner in such a way that you can feed coal into it. You'll burn coal to produce energy. Burner. Place and feed enough burners such that you produce a total of 700 energy. You're producing 100. Oh, we're at 600 now, so we would need like another one. But we probably want to potentially a little bit of magic here too. I actually don't know if, because this is just, it produces more depending on what it is. If I place this guy down here, will it still produce? It does the same. Interesting. So that pretty much means that I could do this and have like so. Yep. And then another one of these here. There's our 700. Place an influence structure to extend the influence range in which your structures have access to power. Note that the starter already has a very large influence range. So an influence structure. That was in here, right? So I would need to then say we're going this direction, right? Cool. Make 10 RTs. We need to make research tokens and then they unlock other technologies. So to make research tokens, we're going to need some sort of crafter. Let's just pop it down and see what the recipe is. Takes a gear and an iron plate. Cool. Okay. So I can move this guy to be here. Do a similar setup. Change it to be research tokens. And it's crafting. Do I then need a lab? I don't have, oh, there we go. Okay, it's consuming it. Unlock crossings which allow for the creation of belt intersections. like that. Do these need to be placed into a thing? They shouldn't. Okay, so if I do this, start that, it's doing its thing. Do these, we'll see if these 10 count. What's there? Again, there's 100. I guess we'll see. But again, this is cool because they are making... It's only got 8 because it's there, but these are making the same amount of coal. I could bring these down, and like I did with the other side, come up with something like this, or, you know, even just run belt down this way and around. So we've just like tripled it. A little bit of mucking around, we've tripled it. Cool. How are we up to? We are up to 6. I'm hoping it makes the 10. Probably squeeze. Could. Yep. Research the crossings technology. I did. Well, I am going to. Let's work on doing more of them. Just have his output be here. What's there? A little bit more plates. Alright, create a module that produces belts. Within the planner, you place a source, C modules, category, and set it to spawn iron plates. You can either use the belt or chest version and use arms or belts to retrieve the plates and set up a small factory for producing belts. Place a produced belt into a sink and create a module via the modularize action. Since there are many settings and ways to improve your modules, please make sure to look in the planner and module wiki pages. So this is how we make a module. And then there's obviously a wiki and amount of structure that unlocks. So you can do a source and a sink. So that's the output. So ideally you would do module planner, you'd do a so this is your in, and this is needs to produce belts. So ideally you would want an assembler belts need gears and iron plates. So we actually need an output. And then a sink, right? Probably want that to be the sink. Ooh. Make this the sink. Cool. That makes sense. And then we modularize. Belt. Okay. So if I do and how does that work then? How do I use that item? Okay. So I can take this and then just come in here and plop another one down. Oh, okay. And it does the same. It's weird. I guess you could condense it right down eventually and not have it, but it should be the same sort of space. But if I, let's see what it does. Be doing its thing. I don't get it. It needs 115 iron plates in, 113 gears in. I don't get it. I don't know how that actually works. Anyway, that's cool. I'll play around with modules later. Alright, I think you've had a good intro to the game. If you're interested, go and check it out using the link down below. Again, it is a bit of a FactorY clone, but not bad for a single developer playing around with making their own game. So again, thanks to the developer, publisher, Martin Buck Software for the key. And I hope you enjoyed the video. Go and check it out. Until next time, thanks for watching, and I'll see you later.